When was the last time you went back home to where you grew up, and what was your epiphany, or what went through your mind, having all the life experience underneath your belt, and what hit you? I mean, I'm sure that a lot of powerful emotions hit you, but...
Well, last time last time I went to Honduras, I was 16 years old. And things changed. A lot of things changed over there when I went over there. But still, same people that I see, they're still doing the same old thing. Again, with human trafficking, that's still happening over there over and over again. And you turn your TV right now, you can hear every day that some kids being kidnapped. So that's still happening a lot in Honduras. And but nothing has changed. When I went over there, it was just the same old place that I grew up in as a kid. And it hasn't changed not much. It's just the same place. It hasn't changed though. But still the same thing happening around that area with people being taken away, kidnapped and stuff. So same thing going back to New York. I was in New York last month, and a lot of the kids that I grew up with, again when I used to live in New York, we used to chill in front of the stairs and hang out in front of the stairs and watch the girls walk by and stuff like that. But I was like 9, 10 years old. So after a while, I wanted to get out of that. But I went back to New York last month, and all the people that I grew up with, they still doing the same thing. I'm like, wow. You guys still doing that same thing we did back in the day? It was like 10 years old. You're like 35 right now. You know what I mean? So it hasn't changed. So, but my view in life, but just going back then, I'm like, wow, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm gonna keep going forward. These guys are still doing the same thing, and it's just weird because it kind of put me above everybody else, because I don't put myself that high, but. It was just a weird vibe when I went back home. I'm like, well, I can't believe these people are still doing the same.
But that's because you were different.
Yeah, because I changed in a way a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was my experience going back home.
Yeah, I think I was back in New York last year, and I love New York. I always get excited when I go back, and that New York is still my city. No matter where I go, that's always going to be home, and and it definitely changed. The city moves so fast. It's like you could be gone like 3 weeks, and you're like, what? That's not the new club anymore. It's like things have changed, But I'd say I definitely, when I go back home, I could feel the journey that I've traveled. When I go back, because then I think back of, when I was on this corner the last time, I was doing this, and wow, thinking back to then, I didn't even know I never thought I was going to be a director ever. So I constantly have epiphanies, because this was not anything that I was planning as a child or anything like that. So I constantly look back and be like, wow, I ended up here. So and it's cool. I feel satisfied and rewarded, and hope I can somehow keep it going.
Do you use those memories as motivation if you have a rough day? And then
absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. I look at every setback, every time I thought I couldn't do something, but then somehow put my head down and just and before you know it, I did it already, and now I've been doing it for quite a while now, and I can do this thing. I mean, I've been through epiphanies with a lot of those, with engineering, and I've done like tours and music tours as an engineer, and you get put in a lot of different environments, and it's basically in a lot of sink or swim environments too, and doing that for over the time and years and years and years, I kind of get accustomed to not necessarily being in it, because you never get comfortable, but you get comfortable dealing with the stress of things and the anxiety of things. And I had one of the actors when we were shooting a trailer for Amber, and it was the second day, and I was walking past him, and he was saying, hey, so are you nervous yet? And I was just like, if you're not nervous, you're not doing anything. Yeah. And I was just like, but my nervous level is about here, and I'll keep it right about here. And I was just like, but I like that. I'm excited when I'm nervous, because that means things are at stake. Life is being lived. So I mean, I love those moments. So I never shy away from them. I look for good opportunities and stuff I've never done before, and if I want to do it, I'm in it all the way. I dive in, and to me, those are the best times.